and let's talk about Leicester versus Arsenal. But before I do, hit that subscribe button, because a lot of you guys are watching but you haven't clicked the subscription. And if you don't do that, you're not going to know when we're going live, yeah? Because I do try to get it out there 5 or so hours before we do go live. But you guys should know the drill. Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock and Sunday evenings at 8 o'clock. Pretty much that's how it's going to be. The Sunday one might get pushed back an hour. It really depends on what happens in the NFL when the Redskins are playing, of course. But we'll have to work with that how we see fit. But right now, guys, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button if you like what I'm talking about and the content from 101. So let's get straight into it. Now, the thing about Leicester is we haven't beaten them in the last 3 games. I get that. You know, they're currently on a really good form. But Leicester haven't done well at the Emirates in their last, 22 games? And I think it's at the Emirates where Leicester have really been struggling. Now, for Leicester, I know Ben Chilwell and Maddison don't look like they're going to make this game. So it really gives Arsenal the ability to dominate the midfield. I think that that's going to be where the battle is going to be really telling. Now, I really want to talk about Martinez as well. Martinez was my joint man of the match against the Wolves with David Luiz. Now, Martinez has had 6 clean sheets in his last 8 Premiership games. And that goes a long way into telling you how good your team can be. Remember, as much as I respect and love what Leno's done for Arsenal, unfortunately, he has led all goalkeepers in terms of errors. And in fact, Arsenal are 5 wins and 1 draw in their last 6 games at the Emirates. The only game that we've lost there is the Chelsea 2-1 defeat when Leno made the mistake. So it just goes to show you how pivotal it is for when a goalkeeper makes mistakes. If Martinez carries on in this reign, as I've said previously on the podcast, then I have to keep him in there as a starter, because if you have someone who's distributing the ball well, is making great saves, who's brave and confident, and has that ease of calm in the box, then you have to keep him in there. If a guy's not making mistakes, guys, that's going to give you at least 6 to 9 points per season. And when you're talking about points in that regard, you have to give the man a chance to succeed. You cannot take him out, even if Leno gets fit. You cannot take him out and disrupt that kind of consistency that we've been looking for at the top level for many, many years. So I'd have to put him in there. It looks like Pepe's going to be back in this game. Obviously, Pepe was out because he just had a new baby. So congratulations to Pepe. But we have to kind of keep it real. I think we're going to have the advantage here because our form is great. Our home form is very good, even though one has to question what home field advantage is actually doing in the pre-lockdown stages of football right now. But I think that we're going to be very accountable of ourselves. Leicester only woke up the other day when they won 3-0 against Palace. Outside of that, they haven't looked good at all. And with Arsenal, it's not just looking good in one game. 4 wins in a row, 3 clean sheets. They're starting to put together the consistency of how we have dreamt this team will play. And all of this is because of one reason, guys. Arteta's tactics in the 3-4-3. Now, the results have been really positive. Us to not concede more and to be more compact in the diamond and also face less shots, which exactly what's been happening. And it's really the aesthetics, guys. The style of play of building out from the back shows that we have to try and suck teams in order to move the ball forward. It's sort of a game of cat and mouse you play. So you wait for one of the guys to commit and press, one of the forwards or midfielders, and that's when you move the ball forward. You don't move the ball forward straight away. So it will involve a lot of passing at the back until you get them sucked in. And when you can do that, that's when you hit them on the break. The most difficult thing about breaking a midfield or a defence is when teams tend to sit in and dig their heels in deep. Now, if they do that, it makes it very difficult to us to penetrate and break through the lines. Not just us, but every other team. So it stands to reason that if you can play that game of cat and mouse or play that game of chicken and get them to pull forward into you, you can then try and beat them off the trap, because then you've nullified. Say if 3 players try to press you, yeah, if you move the ball quickly past them, you've just nullified 3 players in their team. And then instead of having to deal with 10 outfield players, you then only have to deal with 7. It's just math. So that's the reason why this system is really working for us. And I feel it suits our style of play as well, because the midfield has to be heavily involved. The strikers have to be heavily involved in pressing back. And that's why Lacazette hasn't been starting. Edin Nketiah has been absolutely running his socks off in order to help the midfield press. It's almost like we're playing with a 3-5-2 if you look at Edin Nketiah. Yeah, so you pull him into the midfield, you help him win the ball back, you keep your wide men out there, and obviously the wing backs have been very effective. I like Cedric Soares there as a wing back on the right, Kieran Tierney in that midfield wing back position. I feel like he does everything you need to do. My only question is Kolasinac at centre back. I would swap that out with Rob Holding. I just don't feel comfortable with him there. Although he hasn't had a great game since he's been there, but he hasn't had really a poor game as well. And I know he got ripped by Traore, but a lot of players get ripped by Traore, so I'm not even going to try and stick that blame on Kolasinac. But he does need one really good game where he puts a standout performance in. His movement and positioning just isn't that great, and he allows players to get the overlap on him very easily, and he allows players to run by him very easily. So that's the only thing that you have to sort of help out there. And Kieran Tierney's been good in supporting Kolasinac at the left back position. He's been very good doing that, and he's helped him out. And that's just a tactical issue, and Arteta can pull the strings on that. But guys, I think this is a very telling game at the moment, and I think that I appreciate who we are and the process of getting things down into words for Arteta of what he wants these guys to do. But we're adapting very quickly, and it stands to reason why some guys are not in the team, because he follows a certain way, a certain regime, and a certain style of playing. And if he sees that you're not committed to that, then you're not even going to be on the bench. And we're not going to mention any names at the moment, because we're not trying to create anything that's not there. We're just trying to talk about semantics at the moment. Let's talk about intangibles, what's currently working for the team. And that's what's bringing out the results. So the likes of Guendouzi and Ozil, we're not going to really talk about that at the moment. I don't think there is anything to talk about as far as that goes. Right now we're winning, and right now as fans, that's what we should be focused on. So guys, I'm going for a Arsenal 2-0 win today. I think we're going to keep Vardy quiet. I think Luiz has been a rock there. As I stated before, this is the position that he played in the 3-4-3 when Conte won the title with Chelsea, and he was rock solid, yeah? And I think that the form that he's shown in Arteta outside of the Man City game, I think the form he's shown is very, very good, and he's that leader on the team that we need. And until we get Saliba and until Chambers comes back, Luiz is going to be the man that's going to take the success forward. We have to put everything on the shoulders as far as his leadership goes. Those 2 blocks he made against Jimenez, against Wolves, was fantastic, and allowed the team to only have 1 shot on target against Wolves. And I think that is how you win games. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to go with 2-0 Leicester. And listen, that would be 5 wins in a row if we can win, and it would definitely put a lot of pressure now on the Champions League spots. I know Spurs won the other day, but I don't expect them to keep that consistency up. So let me know what your views is. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think that the score is going to be. And listen, let's talk about this after the game tonight, man, and we see where we are. Appreciate all the love, guys. Appreciate the respect. Right back at you. Peace out.